We've got two new tools from Makita that we've been asking for years, and that is two right angle impact wrenches. Well, we weren't asking for two, just one, but we got two. We got a 3/8 drive and a 1/2-inch drive right angle impact wrench. Let's dive in and take a closer look and actually see how it does with performance. What we have in front of us are the Makita right angle impact wrenches. Specifically, the 3/8 drive is the XLT03 and the 1/2-inch drive is the XLT04. Other than the anvil, obviously being a 3/8 and a 1/2-inch drive, other than that, everything else is pretty much the same on these right angle impacts, which as first sight, they look identical. So they are, even down to the power settings. And by the way, we do have several different power modes on these right angle impacts. And just to be clear on this, these are not ratchets. I know that most of you probably absolutely know that. These are not battery powered ratchets. They are battery powered or cordless right angle impact wrenches. So like you'd have a pistol style impact wrench, this is done so in a manner so you get a lot lower profile here, a lot less than say a pistol style that's in your hand, and it's going to allow you to get into tighter spaces, into wheel wells, into brake calipers, fronts of motors or water pumps, things like that, a lot easier with that slimmer profile, but yet still be able to break fasteners free where a ratchet will not do so. So let's take a deeper dive into the features on this. So let's swap these around really quick. Take a look at the 1/2-inch drive model. Not sure why I wanted to do that, but anyway, length on these, which again are going to be identical, and I also have them paired with a 2 amp-hour battery, which is a good pairing for these. Keeps it nice and slim and still should provide the power needed. 16.5 inches long from the front all the way to the back of the battery. Height on these is really only about 3¼ inches. Now, that's going to change based off of a socket that you're going to put on there, but still you've got a nice compact area. And let's just measure without the anvil. Yeah, so less than 2.5 inches, 2.445 inches on the depth from the top to bottom. And we get an LED light right here below the fastener, below where the socket's going to go. It's going to shine that light down on that fastener where we're actually doing the work. So get a little aid and some light. Glad to see that. We get a trigger lock right here. It's just going to, in the middle, going to lock out the trigger. One way is going to be forward. The other way is going to be reverse. So very simple. That's not electronic. That's manual. And then here on the top is going to be our button, single button that is going to select between 1, automatic, 3, and 2. So it's going to go backwards from the strongest down to medium, down to low, and then into the auto mode. And the auto mode is going to work in forward or in tightening as well as loosening. And we'll show how that operates. But at first, we'll just go into speed 3. That's going to give us our max RPM and max power. Let's go over those numbers. So in high, we're getting 0 to 3,200 RPM and up to 4,000 BPM or blows per minute or impacts per minute. And those are going to change based off of, how fast we're going, how much power is being put down, how much is needed. And you can see we also get a variable speed trigger, so we can vary that throttle. We don't have to give it all 3,200 RPM at once. We can climb up there. And then in speed 2, looking at 0 to 1,500 RPM and up to 2,800 blows per minute. And then in speed 1, that's going to slow all the way down to just 1,000 RPM with the trigger pulled all the way, and down to 1,800 blows per minute or impacts per minute on that. Now we do get a hog ring style anvil, so it's not a pin and detent, it's not a ball detent, just the hog ring style. So that's going to kind of force fit all of your sockets on there to hold those nice and tight, but also allow you to remove them when needed. Now let's take a look at kind of the width of the heads on these. Again, pretty narrow profile. In fact, probably one of the narrowest I've seen on right angle impacts. And let's just take a look here. Yeah, 2.22 inches, so less than 2¼ inches on the width across these heads. So Very tight and compact build here on these Makita right angle impacts. And in high speed mode, we're getting up to 390 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. I did want to take a look at just the insides of these, so let's break this open real quick. Nice gasket and grease to keep everything nice and sealed. Looks like I'm pushing it out with the anvil here. Looks like an all-metal gear case. Even ring and pinion down there, all metal. And there's your dogs and your anvil down there. So glad to see that spring. I just wanted to make sure there were no plastic pieces in here that may cause kind of premature wear, if you will. Looks like a great build to me. Again, bearings on all three of those shafts. Let's get these over and test out the power. Okay, the first thing we're going to do here is I don't want to just go all out right away with seeing how much torque or how much we can break free, if you will. But I am going to set these at just kind of a nominal rate, right? Let's say 200 foot-pounds, all four of these, and see how easily it can just break those free. That would be something that, say, you would need for breaking lug nuts free or something like that. So we've got 4 fasteners at 200 foot-pounds, and we're in power mode 3. And let's make sure we're in reverse. You can see our index marks on the socket. This is going to help aid us in being able to see, is this thing moving? Probably should be okay on these 200 foot-pounds, but when we get to kind of seeing the max, that'll be important to us. But let's go ahead, 200 foot-pounds. So no problem breaking free the 200 foot-pounds. So we're going to start at 250, since we just did 200 several times. Then we're going to go to 300. Then 350. And then 400 foot-pounds. Let's check our battery. And we are still 4 bars on the battery. And we're still in highest power. So let's try 250 foot-pounds. No problem there. Let's try 300 foot-pounds. Not a problem there either. Again, it's important to watch these index marks, and how we test here is if it's moving within 10 seconds of starting, then we go ahead and let it finish. If that's not moving after 10 seconds, then we call it quits on that, and it did not get that amount of torque, or nut busting torque, if you will. So now we're at 350 foot-pounds. We should start seeing this thing struggle just a bit, and then 400 is going to put us over the range. So right now, 350 foot-pounds. Okay, I think it moved a touch, but after about 20 seconds, backed off and didn't go any further. Let's check the battery. So we have dropped a cell on this. To be fair, let's go ahead and throw a brand new battery in there. Still in reverse, still in mode 3. 350. Now let's take the fastener out of the equation to make sure it's not that. We're going to go ahead and jump to 400 foot-pounds. And then if we get 400, we'll come back and maybe reset one of the other fasteners at 350 just to make sure that it's not a fastener issue. So 400 foot-pounds. So same thing, after 20 seconds, I stopped there. It's not breaking 400 either. Again, just to be sure, I'm going to go back and set this one at 350 foot-pounds and try it. So now we're back at 350 foot-pounds. We're still full battery and still in mode 3 and in reverse. Here we go. Okay, so third fastener at 350 foot-pounds, broke it free. Actually, only the second one at 350. The other one was at 400. So we got that at 350. Let me go back and actually set both of these at 400, and let's see if we get 400. Okay, here we go again with 400 foot-pounds. Full battery, mode 3, in reverse, 400 foot-pounds. It didn't budge that one. Let's go here. So we didn't get the 400 foot-pounds. We did eclipse the 350 foot-pounds after testing on a few fasteners, but we did not get the 400 even testing after multiple fasteners here. So I think that range is right on. I think they were claiming 390 foot-pounds of breakaway or nut-busting torque. I think they're right on it. There was somewhere between 350 and 400. Where that is really going to determine when you're talking that much of a difference in impact-driven tools or impact tools. The fastener is going to matter. The thread pitch is going to matter. The environment's going to matter. Contaminants are going to matter. So getting somewhere in between there, we could probably test all day and try to find that. I'm not interested in that. I think they're right on the money at 390 foot-pounds of torque on that. We eclipsed the 350. We didn't get the 400. Now let's talk about this other feature that is on this gun, which is the auto feature, or on this impact wrench. It's the auto feature right there, which is a little blue label that has the A on it with the arrows. We're going to try tightening in the auto mode. So as soon as it senses a little pressure, it shuts down. Now let's go in reverse. So again, as soon as it feels that it's broken free, it actually stops the tool as well. It doesn't slow it down, it actually stops it. So that's a nice to have feature. The auto mode actually shuts the tool down when tightening, and as soon as it feels like that it's kind of taking up the slop, it shuts it down. Also backing it off, once it breaks it free, it actually stops the tool. So we're going to get ahead of you here because I know what you were thinking, and I'm going to leave it in auto mode here, tighten these up. going to put on a 6.0 battery, and it is a full battery. And power mode 3, so the highest. And what we have these torque to is 400, 425, and 450 foot-pounds. And let's go. So even with the 5.0 and 6.0 battery, we're still not breaking these fasteners free. So I think I stick to my comment that right at that, somewhere between 350 and 400 foot-pounds is where our max nut busting torque is. As you saw, these are built very, very well. We like the size of these. They're a little narrower in the head than most other right angle impact wrenches, so you're going to save a little bit of space there, but it's still going to allow you to get in those tighter spots, not necessarily the smallest spots, but a lot tighter spots than your typical impact wrench for you to be able to use an impact tool without having to use a big pry bar or something like that. So these really do come in very handy. We're excited to see that Makita finally released a couple of these, and the price is right at $279. Now, performance-wise, we think it hit right on the numbers that they're claiming. They claimed 250 foot-pounds of fastening torque and 390 foot-pounds of breakaway or nut-busting torque. Now, as you saw, we didn't quite hit the 400 number, which is not what they claimed of 400. They claimed 390. We did eclipse 350 foot-pounds. So somewhere in between those two is where they land, and that's exactly where Makita's saying they are. So is it built to take off wheels and tires? No. Will it do it? Probably, if everything's torqued correctly, you don't have corrosion there. But this is really not a tire and lube tool, or it's not a tire and wheel tool, but it will come in very handy for everything around that wheel well, on the front of the motors, on the sides of the motors, so your exhaust manifolds and your water pumps and your pulleys and things like that. These are perfect tools for getting in those tighter spots and being able to use an impact tool without having to use, manual force or a pry bar. Check it out, $279, 3-year warranty on these. They do not come with the batteries. We had it paired with a 2.0 battery, which we think it pairs the best with because it's nice and slim. But by all means, if you want to run a 4 or 5 or 6.0 battery on it, you've got room for that as well. It's just not quite as thin as the 2.0 battery. But check it out for yourself. We'll have links in the description if you're interested. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. And if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And by all means, if you hated our video, well, give us a thumbs down. But let us know in the comments why. Have a great day and keep smiling.